Hey everybody, and welcome back to Dicing with Death. Qualneer's a prisoner.
So you are dragged by these two men at arms rather roughly um, through an open door and a small barracks for the men at arms.
Shit.
You are dragged through jeers and shouts of about a dozen or so men who are loitering around the barracks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
they
I
taunt you, throw things at you, crusts of bread, but nothing you can't handle. You pass through this room, through a door at the far end, round a corner, and down. Um, Actually, the door is on the side of this room, and so you come out into a hallway, and it looks like there's a staircase on either side of the hallway, and you are dragged down the left of these. Where do we have up here? All right. The staircase slopes gently to your right and enters the audience chamber on the first floor of Ashenholt Keep. The ceilings are high, maybe about 20 feet. And as you are thrown down, where's a Qualneer?
where's the Qualneer? There's the Qualneer.
Yeah, you are tossed down the base of the staircase. You look up to your left and you see a large wicker chair. And sitting in this chair is a man in black robes. His tall, lanky limbs sprawl out over the sides of the chair.
Do I get a good look at him? His face?
Yes, a familiar face turns and looks down on you, head freshly shaven with a immaculately trimmed, almost over trimmed, puny little mustache. He looks at you and grins as he leans forward in his big wicker chair and rests his gangly elbows on his knees. Ho, ho, ho. What have we here?
Sturge. Where's my sister?
It's Santa now. Just kidding. Your sister.
Ah well, the elf.
Oh. You tree rats are all related.
Where
Tell
is
you the truth.
she?
You can join her soon enough, although I have a feeling you won't be as useful as her. He smiles, showing his yellow
If you have
teeth.
laid a single hand on her, I will rip your
You'll
tongue out.
what? You'll what? He gets up out of his wicker chair and struts towards you. You're sort of. Have you stood up?
Yeah, I go to get to my feet.
Okay. You've still. Your arms are still. There's still a
Bound behind my back, I
man
take
at
it?
arms in each of them. Not behind your back. They're sort of
Okay.
at your side with a man holding each of them.
Okay.
These are they're just wearing studded leather. But at 1 HP, you're not in the mood to fight anyone.
Three HP.
All right. So the tall, lanky Sturge glides the few feet towards you and looms over you, looking down at you. You were saying?
Where is my sister?
Very well. Throw him in the treasure chamber. And he proceeds to sit in his wicker chair as the two men drag you towards a large wooden door on the western wall of this room.
I'm gonna get you, Sturge. If it's the last thing I do in this world, it's gonna be you.
All right. The man at arms guarding the door pulls a key from his side and unlocks this massive wooden door that's set a few stairs down into this wall. He opens, steps out of the way. You're tossed roughly into the dark down this short staircase, and the door is slammed shut behind you,
I chuckled to
cutting off
myself.
all light. You hear a click as the door's as you're locked in.
I chuckle to myself. I've already picked these locks. I can do it again. I don't even need to roll. And
So
I.
you are alone in the dark, as far as you can tell, at the base of the staircase leading down.
Oh well! Oh well! I shut out.
Um, sure, roll a. I guess roll a perception check.
24.
You can hear a vague mewing coming from down the staircase.
I feel my way down towards the voice.
It's pitch black. Even your elven eyes don't help much. You walk down this stone staircase, and after you step off the final step, you hear as your boot sinks into mud.
Ugh.
You find yourself in a narrow room. It's maybe 20 feet wide, but far enough that you can't see the far wall.
Okay.
The floor is natural earth, as are the walls.
Ah well, I say
You can actually
loudly.
see some vague glowing lights in the back corner that they do illuminate the far wall
Okay.
and the ceiling, but maybe like 75 feet across. But they're just little, I don't know, look like little wisps, fairy fires, like something you might see in the Elfwood.
I search for ah well.
Um, as you're walking towards, I mean, it's sort of, I mean, there's only one way the room goes. So you're walking through the room. You do notice what looks to be something concealed behind a bunch of dead vines on your right. And you can now see that the far wall, up against that back wall, is a tree growing into the
Yeah.
into the ceiling, and its branches have spread, and it looks like the source of light is these glowing lights that are hanging off the tree.
Yeah, I remember this place.
It's still a ways off. You can't. Well, roll a perception check.
20.
20. All right. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can make out what I've described. That's plenty of information.
I searched the wall. You said there was something weird behind vines on the wall. I go take a look at that.
Yeah, yeah. So it looks like there are some. They're dead and they're brown by now. But there's some vines covering a spot on the wall, and you shove them aside to reveal a looks like a wooden door. It blends in pretty well with the color of the mud.
Hmm.
But now that you've got a little more light down here, it caught your eye.
Hmm. I
You
keep
can
looking
hear
for
the
my
vague
sister.
mewing continue from the tree.
I move towards it. I
You
look.
approach
I
the
look for my
tree and you
sister.
see a. I mean, you're maybe 25 feet away. You can now make out a shadowy figure at the base of the tree.
I hurry to it.
All right. Hands bound and tied to two limbs of the tree. On its knees is a cloaked figure, head slumped, hanging
I
from
I kneel down and
the
lift the
tree.
head up to try and get a good look at it. Who it is?
All right. You lift up the hood, and the first thing that catches your eye is a dazzling metal circlet with gemstones set in it, two massive sapphires on the temple. But aside from this, this creature is bloodstained and looks miserable. Roll a perception check. You do notice elven ears, a very
16.
familiar silver hair. Only a 16.
Yeah.
Okay. Elven ears, silver hair, matted down with blood.
I
But
remove the
seen and
circlet.
shiny, looks like maybe a platinum circlet with
I
these
try.
sapphire symbols.
I try to remove the platinum circlet
Um, yeah, make a saving throw
gently.
versus spell.
Uh oh. That's a fail.
Okay. You are unable to get the circlet off of off of the head.
I,
Off
I
of,
shake the figure before me. The
it's something
female.
like if it wasn't clear, this is obviously your sister.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if you
She
wanted me to
she
play the
seems to be
perception
clinging.
check, like a
You
how
spent
close.
enough time yanking on her head that
I shake her to consciousness, or I try to, and say, "Oh well, oh well."
I mean, she's vaguely conscious, but doesn't appear to be very responsive.
I stand up and I try to untie the knots from the branches. If I have to climb the tree, I will climb the tree.
Do you have a rope use?
Um, I do not have rope use.
I guess you can roll a dexterity check, or yeah, dexterity is fine.
Natural one. I make the knots tighter.
Roll one for the other hand as well.
24.
Yeah, still not enough. So the first one you accidentally make tighter, and the second is
I try and gnaw through the ropes.
gnaw through them. Sure, with enough time, you're able to chew your way through the ropes like a little rat, like the rat you are. Um, this whole process takes nearly 10 minutes. And when you're done, your sister falls limply into the mud.
Oh well, I'm gonna get you out of here, okay? And I fireman's carry her onto my shoulders.
All right. You stand up amidst these glowing baubles of light that flicker off the branches of the tree.
Okay, do I manage to fireman's
Yeah,
lift her?
you've got your sister on your back.
I glance at this tree one more time, looking for any inclination as to what it might be, what it might mean, what it might do.
You are free to ponder at your will.
Okay.
The roots grow into the soil beneath you, and the branches actually some even extend into the dirt ceiling above.
I sigh and make my way towards the wooden door behind the vines.
Yeah. So you breach this door. You see no knob or obvious way to open it.
Interesting. I pull out some of the vines, set my sister down, pull out some of the vines, and search for a opening mechanism.
Yeah. Roll a pick lock, open lock.
87 out of 95.
Yeah. You're able to find that amongst the vines, there's actually a little string you can pull.
I pull the string.
All right. And you hear a sound similar to that, a clicking.
Okay. I attempt to push the door at that point.
Yeah. The heavy wooden door now slams open.
I put my sister back over my shoulders, and as I do so, I like pat her down to make sure she doesn't have any weapons on her that I could use.
It's like she can just stab you in the back. No, she's wearing a blue robe that is now stained with blood, and that's about it. No shoes on her feet, even. Nothing in her pockets.
Okay. I proceed to feel my way down this unlit hallway.
It's not actually a hallway. You sort of peer in, and it looks to be just a small 20 by 20 room filled with chests and yeah, various precious items. There's a couple of nice vases in the corner. You see a smattering of coins strewn about the floor, leading you to believe that that may be what's in some of these chests and bags. You appear to have found the treasure room. It wasn't a lie, but you highly doubt that you're going to get out of this one. In fact, the walls and floor of this room are stone, unlike the raw earth behind you.
I sigh and put my sister down and start searching the treasure room for a weapon of sorts.
Yeah, give me just a second. It's not immediately obvious whether there's a weapon. I mean, your first thoughts are, this cup looks like it might give someone a nasty smack if I gripped it from the handle.
Hey man, if it comes to using a cup for D2 damage, it's better than a fist for D1 temporary damage.
All right. All right. 1, 2. No, no. Most of what you're finding, I mean, you find improvised weapons amongst the treasure, but they look to like to mostly be valuable, parts of this treasure trove. Like I said, like cups and goblets.
Yeah.
Like I said, there was the pottery and the vases in the corner. Um, you find a random jar. Uh, yeah.
Just a jar that
Oh,
does it
oh,
have
yeah,
anything
it
in it?
says, um,
I shake it
there's
and listen.
yeah, there's a label that says Keogotham's ointment. Keogotham's ointment.
Hmm.
There, yeah, inside there's some kind of paste. Otherwise, the boxes and bags are full of coin.
This is one of the few times that this coin isn't going to help me.
See if I can figure out what the hell that ointment is.
I'm going to take two handfuls of coins and shove them in my pockets. If I need, they may help me out in a pinch.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Okay. And then I think better of it and I empty my pockets of coins. I kneel down by my sister for a moment and say, "Hold on there. I'm going to get you out of here. Promise." And I make back for the front door that leads out of the treasured room.
All right. Okay. I mean, so you're back in that same raw earth room,
Yeah.
just staircase leading out.
And this time I listen at the door.
Your chance is 25.
20.
You can hear nothing through the thick wooden door. You've been down here maybe 15 minutes.
Okay. I try and pick the locks on the door.
You're able to do so successfully, I believe, right? You don't even need to roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You
And
get
then
you get the lock undone from the inside.
I
You may
gently open the door, just a crack, just enough to peer out.
um you can actually, yeah, you can see like sort of leaning against the banister of this stairway is a man at arms, and that's about all you can see is this guy here. Um,
Hmm.
does that
Hmm.
make sense?
Mm-hmm. Is his back to me?
Is sort of his side, I guess.
Okay. I listen very closely to hear if there's any talking going on in the room.
um, yeah, you can hear some muffled voices across the room. However, you're unable to make out the conversation. It does sound like they're speaking in hushed tones.
Okay. I will wait by the cracked open door until the conversations die out.
Okay. About 5 minutes pass, and then you hear a conversation comes to an abrupt end, and you hear footsteps walking in your direction.
It's a set of double doors, right? Not just one door?
I believe it is just a single thick oak door.
Okay. In that case, I want to, I want to put like my hand against the door and then turn the knob and like pull it so that I'm pushing against it and pulling it at the same time to like move it quietly and get it to
Hmm.
shut. And then I want to. Is there any room on either side of the door before you hit the wall?
Not really. You can hide behind it and get squished or back up a few feet. It opens inward.
I dart inward towards the treasure chamber, and I want to hide behind that door and like close it a little bit.
Is that where Awell is as well?
Yeah, she's in the treasure chamber.
Okay. Shortly behind you, you hear some footsteps coming down the stairs, which then soften in the yeah as they reach the mud. You stay with the door closed.
Not all the way. Like cracked open, so that way I don't have to actually turn anything to open the door. That I just have to pull it to open it.
Hmm.
And then I wait for the footsteps to pass the secret door that I'm hiding in.
I'm gonna make you roll a detect noise. I'll give you plus 20 on it. But
Okay.
all right. You aren't. Are you looking out the crack or just listening?
Oh yeah, I'm looking and listening together.
Okay. You're sort of having trouble hearing. Like there's some water dripping nearby, distracts you, and you sort of lose track of what are the footsteps. And but then eventually a dark figure walks into view from behind the crack, walking towards the tree.
Okay. I would like to open the door, pull it open, and step out after the person. And I want to sneak attack them with my fist.
Okay. So you come out sort of perpendicular as this black robed figure is walking towards the tree. They're about 50 feet from the tree, a little less,
Okay.
and you beeline it towards them.
Wait. Oh,
Moving
I changed my
silent.
mind before I get there about what I want to do.
Okay. Are you moving silently?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Okay.
I
So you're
look.
tiptoeing up behind.
There's robes, right? Are there any weapons protruding from the robes anywhere?
Roll a perception check.
17.
Not that you can tell, but it is sort of a large, billowy black robe. The cowl is drawn.
Okay, this is what I want to do. I want to sneak up behind it like I did with the other guy and throw a hand over the mouth. But this
Hmm.
time I want my right hand to come around near the front and grasp on its right side.
Hmm.
And then I'm just gonna like do a quick swipe. Actually, I'm gonna do like a swipe along the right side, looking for a weapon hilt. And then if that
Hmm.
doesn't work, around and then reach for the left side to see if there's weapon hilt. So kind of
Okay.
like
All right.
a
I'm going to have you roll a pickpocket to see if you can get your hands on that blade. But you are also trying to grab as well. Yeah. So make that make those actions in whatever order you like. You can do them both in the round, I guess.
Okay, so d20 plus 8, 4 for melee, 2 for back attack, 2 for surprise. On the muffling,
Hmm.
which is a 14.
You
Surprise. All I gotta do is roll a 10.
did you include the surprise? You did
I
include
did,
the surprise.
yeah.
But you won't get. Yeah.
But I don't need to worry about armor, and he doesn't get
Yeah.
dex
So
to
you
back
do
attack.
manage to get him grappled, and you get a hand on his face.
And that's a 67 on grabbing for a blade.
What's your
Pickpockets
pickpocket?
is 33.
Okay. So you do clearly feel a blade underneath his robes, but you're not able to get your hand around and inside the robes. You're scrambling to keep him held. Your left hand tickles its sleazy mustache as you roll for initiative.
5.
5 initiative.
Yeah.
You do go first.
Mm-mm. 6 initiative, I'm sorry. For melee. For non-daggers, it's
Okay.
d10.
That's still first.
Um, I would like to try and grab the blade again. Do I
Okay.
need to do a pickpockets, or is this just a melee attack now that I know where it is? Because I could do this even
Uh,
if I wasn't a thief, right?
yeah. Go ahead and make an attack roll. Well, yeah. Yeah, sure.
9?
No, that's not going to do it.
9. Okay, and then I
Um,
keep my other hand pressed against the face.
yeah, make an opposed strength check.
28.
All right. You clench down and keep him held. Um, he's unable to get to the blade at his right,
Mm-hmm.
or sorry, at his left that you were going for. But he fumbles and draws the dagger from his right side, and you roll initiative again.
9 initiative. Fuck me.
Another strength check.
Another 28.
Actually, check the strength. Oh no, he's pretty burly. Not bad, but no cigar. All right, he wrenches himself free. Um, Sturge takes a step forward and turns to look down at you, dagger in hand. Now, Qualneer, did you really think that would work?
What are you doing with my sister and the other spellcasters?
That's frankly none of your business, and you would do wise to forget what you have seen here today.
How are you going to make it worth my while?
If you promise to behave, I could have use of your services. He sheathes his dagger.
I don't think so. And I leap for his dagger that he just sheathed.
Roll initiative. You're gonna go down fighting, aren't you?
Yeah, 8.
Oh, that is a 10. It's tough to figure out whether the sigil is a 1 or max.
Oh.
All right. So he's okay. What'd you say your initiative was?
8.
Okay, yeah, go first.
D20
He's not
plus
surprised, by the way.
4. 18 for the grab the dagger.
Yeah, sure. That's enough to get a grip on the hilt of his dagger. He sort of pulls back, doing the unsheathing for you, and you now have a dagger in hand.
Okay.
Sturge is a little bewildered, but he
Is
draws
there
a
any way
short
that I can
sword
make a
from his other
offhand
side.
attack at the other weapon?
Sure. Yeah, you can make it. Yeah.
20, natural 20.
Okay, so you've got a grip on both of his blades.
One hand for this. Oh shit, he's got a sword over there.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm between him and the exit, right?
You are.
Now, Sturge, did you really think I would be this easy?
He takes a step back and puts his hands up. Now, Qualneer, this is exactly why I was extending you that offer. You have very particular skills, but negotiating is not one of them. Take a second and think about what you're doing, about where you are, about what's upstairs waiting for you.
What's upstairs waiting for me?
You can't walk out of here alive without my blessing.
I've done it before.
Roll a perception check.
Oh. Can you just pause the game here and never pick it up again? 19.
19 on your perception check. All right. Roll initiative and declare an action, I guess. I mean, the conversation will continue, but
my action is going to be to enter guard position with both my weapons, and to position myself so my back is to a wall where my peripheral vision will keep an eye on the door.
Okay, so you sort of back out of the center of the room.
Yeah.
And leave Sturge standing. Okay. All right, so you back out in guard position. He moves quick, but you still see it coming as he lunges for you, pulling a small boot knife out of his shoe, and your 2 prepared attacks go off.
Okay, here comes d20 plus 4 for the short sword. 15.
15. I don't think we'll do it. What is leather armor?
12.
Leather armor is 12. I need to look up a dex table.
17 dex is plus 3.
And if
16
he
is
happened
plus
to have
2.
16 dex, it would be plus 2. Is what you
Yeah.
said? What did you roll?
I rolled a 15.
That is just enough. He's agile, he's quick. He's got leather armor that provides a surprising amount of protection.
D6. 6 damage, I mean, to him with the short sword. And the dagger is a natural 18 and a 22.
Oh, wow. You got a fighting chance, just don't get hit.
Which is 4 damage on the dagger, 6 damage on the short sword, 10 damage total to Sturge. Save versus death for the dagger?
Yeah. So you said 10 damage total?
Yeah.
All right.
God, that was a lot of dice. I was not paying enough attention. But I wanted to say that sounded like 11. No, like 9 or 10.
Yeah, that's it's an audible illusion.
Yeah.
It's those heavy copper dice. They sound heavier than they are. But yes, it was a lot of dice. You might have a chance fighting him at full health, but it's going to be pretty tough.
At 3
even
HP?
with all the advantages you've got. You're at 3, not 1?
I'm at 3. I was at 9 and I took 6.
Okay, I thought you were at 1 HP. Save versus death, yes. That's fail. Get lucky.
Location 2, severity is D6. Come on, give me a 6. Give me a 6. Yes! Oh!
Can't do it?
Oh, baby! Oh, baby! Piercing versus humanoid. Location is the right leg, severity 6. Damn it, right leg injured, minor bleeding, 2/3 movement rate.
Can run circles around him now.
If I had hit his head. Oh my god, if I had hit his abdomen, he would have been stunned for D4 rounds. Oh, that would have been GG.
That would have, huh? All right. So you nick his femoral artery, and he is going. Your guys are going to roll initiative. Oh wait, he didn't get an attack. They didn't take your armor, did they? So you're good to go. What does thieves get 1 every 2? For Thaco.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
So every odd level it goes down. So
3 it's
5,
19,
7.
5 it's 18.
7 it's 16.
16.
9 it's 15. 11 it's 14.
What if he was level 13? Just kidding. So he misses.
Oh, thank God.
This is with a 16. And you guys are rolling initiative. Oh, that's a 9. Plus 2 for his little boot knife. 11.
Nope. -2 for his high dex.
Oh, you're right. So 9.
5 for me, though.
All right. Make one speed for each weapon. Right?
Okay.
Or do you want to... No. For dual wielding, we decided they... Okay, yeah, it's only if you've got your magical short sword.
Okay, short sword out. Come on. Big money. 15 again with the short sword. That's still a hit.
Yep, that's still a hit.
For another 6 damage.
Lucky. Will it last?
And D10 plus 4 for the dagger is another 23.
Are you serious?
The last time it was a 22. This time it's a 23. That's still a crit.
Looks like you saved up all the good rolls. Shit.
8 damage.
You slide your dagger in between his ribs and pull it out, and blood gushes. His face is paler than it was before. His jaw drops, and the boot knife falls with it into the mud. Followed shortly after by Sturge. No, it can't be. Not like this.
Goodbye, Sturge.
Everything I've worked.
I slide my sword into his throat.
You finish the job. You lucky son of a bitch.
Seriously. Very, very lucky. The max damage on the short sword twice, the max crit. Oh man. Okay. I let my breathing slow down.
Yeah, you look. You see the door is closed behind him. No one followed him in here.
I think back. I look at Sturge laying down. How much taller than me is he?
Quite a bit. He's over 6 feet tall.
He's over shit.
Yeah.
Because if he was like 5'4", 5'5", I could stand my tippy toes and I might be able to pass. But 6 feet tall is
Now
really.
you are tiny and elven, and he was big, lanky man. So here you stand in this earthen room, creepy magical tree at one side, your sister barely clinging to life with this cursed circlet on her head, and her kidnapper Sturge lying dead, bleeding at your feet. I think this seems like a good time for a break.
Yeah. Let's break. It's an early break, but let's do it anyway. Okay. See you guys in a few minutes. Bye bye.